And welcome back, and it is a happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there, father figures, and everyone, except for the people that it's not a happy Father's Day for. Joining us now, Linda Troutman-Zelos, social worker, and we're going to talk about what to do if it's not a happy day for you and how to get through it. And there's a few instances where it is. Maybe you've lost dad.
Yeah, when you have a loss of a father, whether it be a long time ago or today, more recently, it is challenging. I mean, a lot of times I always say, if you can pull out that, photo album and look and remember those good things, not everything is always a good memory, but being able to honor that person and acknowledge their role in your life. They were there when you were born, hopefully, and they were part of your life through some major events. Again, it's about honoring the memory for those that have lost them, and to think about, maybe what their role as a father, if they are a father, how that kind of takes on that life.
Right. I think back on Mother's Day, we talked about this too, and one of the things that I think stuck with me was, that you said, think of a quality of your loved one, and you try to live that quality.
You try and emulate with that role. You can take on that role, and we always wear our father's hat or our father's tie when we're men. The men they pick up that role.
Okay, so that's something to do there. Now, if you don't have those happy, fuzzy memories with dad, and it's Father's Day, and you're trying to just cope and get through it and deal with it, how do you cope with that? How do you mend that relationship, or if it's not mendable, how do you get through this day? Because I know it can be difficult for some.
It can be really extremely difficult. That's the olive branch moment. I always say it's the time to say, hey, it's Father's Day. I just wanted to wish you a happy Father's Day and thank you for being part of my life, and start with that. Something kind of bland, open up the conversation. And again, you don't have to get into those nasty memories or whatever you fought over or whatever the disagreement has been. It's more about acknowledging the person, the role, and the respect. And those are the things. Being able to say, thank you for everything. I love you. Even though I know we've had our disagreements, I still want you to know I care.
Okay, and then another one is, if someone has more than one father figure, and
it's important to acknowledge that. Absolutely, because there are people that are like fathers, and the same thing with Mother's Day. There are people that are like mothers, and it's acknowledge their role. Say something positive to them today. Reach out. Even just say, hey, can we catch up sometime over lunch, or can we go do something?
Right.
Hey, that's a great way to start that process.
And I feel like in the healing process too, you're not just making them feel good, you're healing something in yourself by offering that olive branch, aren't you?
You are, and again, it's about, remember, you are the sum of a whole, and they're all bits and pieces that make up us. We're all bits and pieces, and we're all kind of glued together, and part of that is your father, or your father role person. Because some people don't have a father. I mean, literally, their fathers died when they were very young, they've known a stepfather, or they don't have a father who's active in their life, but there's someone that's kind of taken on that role, and that could be someone in a volunteer organization, that could be someone in a school. I've seen some teachers take on that role for students. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And then the last one I've seen is moms taking on kind of both roles. How do moms cope when they're doing all of that?
Yeah, and that's the hard thing when they become the single parent, where the father has chosen not to be an active part of an individual's life. And again, that's about acknowledging mom as that role. And sometimes I've seen kids just say, I'm taking mom out for Father's Day. I actually have one of my clients is doing that today.
Oh, very cool.
Okay, so it is cool.
However you are celebrating or marking Father's Day, make it meaningful and just be okay, right?
Right.
Thank you
Make
so much.
Make it your day.
All right, Linda Troutman-Zelos, and we'll be back after this.